Yo, what is up, guys? Today we are going to be talking about UFC on ESPN 36, Covington versus Woodley. We're going to be talking about the best bets to make on this card. Now, for the first fight of the night, we have Jerome Rivera versus Tyson Nam. This should be a very good fight. The best we have for Tyson Nam is minus 170, and Jerome Rivera we have a plus 164. Honestly, I think if you're going to bet Tyson Nam, don't do it. Minus 170, I don't think is a good line for him. Plus 164 for Jerome Rivera. If you are confident that Jerome Rivera is going to win this fight, if you think this is like a 50-50 fight, definitely go with Jerome Rivera. But no matter what, do not go with Tyson Nam on this. I think this line for Tyson Nam at minus 170 is just too high. Now let's look at the second fight of the night, which is Andre Ewell versus Gerald Murshart. Now, Andre Ewell, he's sitting at minus 210. Gerald Murshart plus 200. Gerald Murshart, not the best fighter, I have to say. Good record. Andre Ewell, good record. I honestly think Andre Ewell is going to win this fight by a landslide. I don't think Gerald Murshart really has a chance. But still, minus 210, plus 200 for Gerald Murshart. Definitely do not bet Gerald Murshart. I don't think plus 200 is good enough. Andre Ewell seems like a fine bet to make. I don't think it is the best bet of the night. So the third fight we have is Journey Newsom, Randy Costa. And this is one of those fights where you just need to stay away from this. Plus 115 is the best for Randy Costa. Minus 125, the best for Journey Newsom. Honestly, Randy Costa, I think he opened as the favorite on this. He opened at plus 105. So he was pretty much up there. It was pretty much a 50-50 fight. This is still a 50-50 fight. Whoever you're going with a knockout guy in Randy Costa, or you're going with Journey Newsom, who could definitely get the knockout, but will most likely try to get this decision. Now, for this one, yeah, I've already said it. Just stay away from this card, or this fight. There's these odds. Just stay away from it. The next fight after that, TJ Laramie, Derek Minner. I think this is actually too high for TJ Laramie, minus 305. And Derek Minner has only had one fight inside the UFC, short notice against, I think, Grant Dawson. He did not impress. TJ Laramie just did the Contender Series, won that fight, got inside the UFC. I do think TJ Laramie is going to win this fight, but he is at minus 305. Derek Minner at plus 275. If you're going to bet on this one, I suggest don't bet on TJ Laramie. Even though I think he's going to win, minus 305 just seems too high. Plus 275 seems about right for Derek Minner. But I still don't think Derek Minner will win this fight. I still think TJ will win this fight. So far, these four fights, I don't really think you should bet on them yet. So let's go to the next fight. We have Jessica Rose Clark at minus 110, I think. Yeah, and then we have Sarah Alper at plus 195. For this one, Jessica Rose Clark, definitely stay away from betting on Jessica Rose Clark. On this one, minus 210 favorite. If you're going to bet on this fight, don't bet Jessica Rose Clark. Bet Sarah Alper, plus 195 underdog. I think she has a pretty good chance of winning this fight. I still think Jessica Rose Clark will win this fight. But if you want to put a couple dollars on this fight, that's totally fine. Sarah Alper has a pretty good shot of winning this fight. I peg her at plus 150, somewhere around there. But Jessica Rose Clark, definitely do not bet on her at minus 210. Don't do that. The next fight after that, Mayra Bueno Silva versus Amara Romero Barella. Minus 250 for Mayra Bueno Silva. Most of the odds say minus 250. They're pretty much staggered around there. Mayra Romero Barella, pretty even. Most of them are at plus 200. This one's at plus 230. That's the best we can find for her. I don't think this is a good one to bet on. I think the best one we found so far would be the Jessica Rose Clark Sarah Alper one. And honestly, just vote or just go for Sarah Alper. Don't bet on this Mayra Romero Barella Mayra Bueno Silva fight. Now let's take a look at Jordan Espinosa, David Dvorak. Literally a 50-50 bout according to the odds makers tonight. Minus 105 for both fighters. It's 50-50. I am leaning David Dvorak on this one. Jordan Espinosa can definitely win this fight. He has amazing speed, when it comes to his striking. But I do think that David Dvorak is going to be too much for Jordan Espinosa to handle. I don't suggest you bet on this one, but it seems like a 50-50 bet according to the odds. But I do have David Dvorak at a minus 120, and Jordan Espinosa maybe at like a plus 105, a plus 110. So I think this is a good bet for David Dvorak on this one. So far, the two good bets I have so far are David Dvorak and Sarah Alper. All right, so the next fight, I think it's on the main card, Darren Stewart, Kevin Holland. Darren Stewart plus 230, Kevin Holland minus 250. I really do think Kevin Holland's going to get this win. Very, 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 very confident that he's going to get this win. But I don't think that's a good bet for you guys to make. Minus 250. It started at minus 205, went up to minus 230. Minus 230 might have been a good place to buy it, but now that it's all the way down here at minus 250, it was just at minus 265 yesterday, but now it's at minus 250. I still think if you wait for this and it says minus 230, maybe minus 220, I say definitely go for Kevin Holland, but Darren Stewart, I would need that one to go for maybe plus 260, plus 270 for me to bet on Darren Stewart for that one. So I think this is another stay away. It's a good bet. Maybe add Kevin Holland to a parlay, but I don't think you should do a straight bet for Kevin Holland on this one. All right, so the next fight we have is Mackenzie Dern, Randa Marcos. Randa Marcos is sitting at the best at plus 148, and Mackenzie Dern is at minus 159. Randa Marcos, she's a veteran. Mackenzie Dern, I really think is going to win this fight. I think this is a good bet to make on Mackenzie Dern. I do think she's going to take Miranda Marcos down, even though she has that experience on her hand. I think this would be a good bet. Minus 159. I'm gonna check the line. It started at minus 187, went up to minus 166, went down to 175. Started to gradually go up, and now it just spiked from minus 169 all the way up to minus 159. Seems like a perfect buyout right now. Perfect bet for Mackenzie Dern on this one. I do think this is a good one. So far we have Mackenzie Dern at minus 159. Good bet, I would say. David Dvorak we have at minus 105. Good bet, I would say. And Sarah Alper at plus 195. Good bet, I would say. Alright, so the next one we have after that is Johnny Walker, Ryan Spann. This is a pretty close fight, kind of like the David Dvorak, Jordan Espinosa. Honestly, Ryan Spann's last fight, it did not impress me one bit. Johnny Walker, his last two fights obviously have not impressed me. He's on a 2-fight losing streak to Corey Anderson and Nikita Krylov. So Johnny Walker sitting at minus 120 favorite. Ryan Spann plus 115. I don't consider betting for Ryan Spann on this one. Plus 115 just doesn't feel right. Let's check where that was before. So it started at plus 100, going to plus 115. If you are trying to bet on Ryan Spann, I'd wait a little bit. Maybe wait till tomorrow morning. Because the betting odds started at plus 100, went to plus 105, then to 110, then 115, and then stays at 115. So I'm really expecting this this line for Ryan Spann to go up to like 125 tomorrow, maybe 120. I'm not sure. But I don't bet on him now. I still don't think plus 120 would be a good bet for Ryan Spann. I say stay away from Ryan Spann on this one. Johnny Walker minus 110. Honestly, no, I say stay away from this one as well. He's at minus 120. Started at minus 145. I do think this is a good bet. Maybe you add Johnny Walker and Kevin Holland in a small little parlay. Make a couple dollars on that one. Don't bet too much on that one. I say stay away from this one unless you're going to add Johnny Walker with someone solid like Kevin Holland. But if you're going to do a straight bet on either of these two fighters, Ryan Spann or Johnny Walker, I say stay away from that. All right, now we have Gerald Murshart and Khamzat Chimaev. Gerald Murshart sitting at plus 350. Not bad. Khamzat Chimaev minus 370. That's a good place to buy him, I say. He started at minus 610, which was way too high. Went to minus 550, then to minus 440. Started to gradually go up, and he is now at minus 370. Seems like a good place to buy him. Put him in a parlay or something like that. Gerald Murshart, plus 350. Started at plus 300. Plus 350 now. I say stay away from Jerome Rivera. Khamzat Chimaev seems like a perfect parlay piece. But don't bet on Jerome Rivera on this one unless you're doing a straight bet and you know something that I do not know. You know Jerome Rivera is going to have some strategy to beat Khamzat Chimaev, but from what I've seen, I don't think he's going to beat Khamzat. I think Khamzat's a perfect parlay piece. And now to our co-main event, we have Donald Cerrone versus Nico Price. Nico Price is sitting at a minus 145 favorite. Donald Cerrone plus 140 underdog. So Donald Cerrone started at plus 125. Okay. Went to 135. Just kept going up to 145 and is down now to plus 140. Nico Price started at a minus 130. Went up to like minus 170. And then started to balance out a little bit. Went up to minus 145. I think these seem solid. Like, plus 140 for Donald Cerrone, minus 145 for Nico Price. Honestly, I say bet Nico Price if that line goes under 140. Maybe at 135, I'd bet on Nico Price. But for now, I'd say stay away. Donald Cerrone is at plus 140. I really see this as a perfect place to buy him. He started at plus 125, is now at plus 140. The day before that, he was at like plus 130, went up 10 points. I do think he's going to go down a little bit. I think it's going to be like plus 130 tomorrow, so I think this is a perfect place. If you are a Donald Cerrone guy, you think he's going to win this fight, plus 140 seems like a perfect place to buy him right now. On to our main event of the evening. We have Tyron Woodley plus 280 and Colby Covington minus 270. So Colby started at minus 325. Obviously not going to bet there. That is way too high. He started to go up a little bit. Went up to minus 300. Started to slowly go up. And is now sitting at minus 270. I see it maybe going up tomorrow, but I think this is overall going to be where Colby stands on the betting odds. Minus 270 seems about right. Tyron Woodley started at plus 225. Is now at plus 280. I could see this. I could see his line going to plus 300. It's a possibility. I don't think so. I don't think it'll go to plus 300, honestly. So if it does go to like plus 290, plus 300, definitely bet Tyron Woodley as a good underdog in this card as a nice straight bet. Colby Covington just seems like a nice parlay piece. I have a nice parlay for you guys. So we have Kevin Holland at minus 250. That's a good parlay piece. Johnny Walker, fine parlay piece, pretty risky, but I think Johnny Walker and Kevin Holland would make a nice parlay piece. Also, Kevin Holland, Khamzat Chimaev, and Colby Covington, and TJ Laramie. I think that would be a good parlay piece, even though I don't think TJ Laramie's odds are very good. I don't think minus 305 is right, but I think that would be a good parlay piece. Maybe just adding David Dvorak, Khamzat Chimaev, Colby Covington, and Kevin Holland. Add all those 4 fights up. Put a couple bucks on it. Maybe you'll make some money on that. You never know. Could happen. You never know. But yeah, that's it for the video. It's been like 14 minutes of checking these odds for this card. Next week, we're going to do the odds for Israel Adesanya, Paulo Costa, UFC 253. And for now, it's been fun doing this video. I'm out of here.